Hello, we are the Different Blokes and we are back for our fun news of the week, and we're just going to get straight into it. So Mick, what is your number one this week?
Right, very busy. Apologies about last week. Other things took priority last week. But this week, well, beginning of this last week as well, from space again, a lot happening upstairs at the moment. We've had a massive solar flare come over us. And that has been absolutely incredible to watch because the Aurora Borealis, the Northern Lights, have been seen. Normally they're only seen in Scotland in this country. However, they've been seen as far down as Hertfordshire. So now, they still are, this is a Sunday, so if you want to go and see them, they still should be out tonight again.
Yeah.
However, it depends if it's a clear day. And also, if you are going to actually look at them or try to look at them, take a camera. A camera picks up the pixels and the colours better than the naked eye. So you can take a picture, put it on a long exposure, take the picture, and then you can see it afterwards better. So very interesting that has been.
Yeah, you can actually, where I live, you can see it from there.
Cool.
So that's been very good. Okay, that's your number one.
What colours did you get, by the way, in the sky? Was it green or
Well,
red?
I would have done, because I started to look last night, but because it's bonfire night. I was, and then people went up to the hills, but I've got friends who went just a couple of miles outside of where I live, and they could see it. So
they were expecting possible problems with electronics again. So if you do have any experience any problems, let us know.
Right.
Okay.
My number one, Dog TV is set to be launched, and it's apparently just days away now. And there's a couple of reasons for it. So one, apparently it will help your dog if it's stressed out and left alone in the house all day on its own and it gets stressed out. It will apparently lower its stress levels, and also to be informative for owners if they're struggling with misbehaving dogs. So that's it's going to have a dedicated channel, Nick.
Dog TV. Are they calling it Dog TV?
Yeah, it's Dog TV, yeah.
Dog TV, right, okay.
Dog TV. Yeah.
Well, that's going to be interesting. So I wonder if you get any complaints if it's a bit woof.
In reality, though, they'll probably get more views than we do. So you know who's winning there?
Yeah, actually, they probably will. Yeah, I bet they get a bit more subscribers as well.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, on that note, please subscribe, subscribe. So, right, number two, Mick.
Number two, right. It's a bit of a, it's not the main whinge, but I'm going to have a little bit of a whinge. Probably if anyone's watched our other reactions and all sorts like that, we tend not to swear on this channel very much at all. We'll have a bit of a joke and everything like that. And if you do watch them, they are funny. Well, I think they are, because I'm always laughing. But I did watch that COP30 thing. Is it COP30, 50, whatever it is? The meeting in Glasgow. Yeah. I don't mind. But it's a bit rich, really. I'm going to give you two examples. You've got the President of America. You had 100 cars to transport one person there. I don't know if you saw that. They actually brought his car over, which weighs 8 ton. Armoured car to take him there. So he had 100 cars waiting. However, Miss Blah Blah has been there again. So she was catching trains, planes and automobiles to get there. So, who's using who's eco-friendly here. That didn't annoy me. What did annoy me is this. That she was actually swearing, inciting people to swear outside of the meeting. If you want to come to our country, be polite. If you want to go outside and teach our children how to swear, you're most welcome to get back on your plane and fly away. Okay? You're not welcome if you're going to do that. Okay. Yours.
Right. Number two. TikTok found two brand new influencers this week that took TikTok by storm, and apparently millions and millions of views. And their names are Chowder and Maddie, and they are the skateboarding bulldogs. The owner has bought them both brand new skateboards, and you could see them getting excited when he was taking it out of the packaging. They put them down, literally jumped on, and off they go. Amazing.
Oh, okay.
And bulldogs are supposed to be lazy as well.
No, I've actually seen them on skateboards before.
But it's like, if I've got it right, Chowder does a full-on stop, press down the bottom and turn his skateboard and goes the other way.
Cool.
So for some light amusement, and you're bored and you want to have a little look,
Get your dog a skateboard.
Well, if I got mine, that she'd chew it up.
Go right here, skateboard down the hill.
So yeah. Chowder and Maddie.
Oh, well, it's not costing anything.
No.
So yeah. So
What's your third one?
my third one, I've got quite a few different bizarre ones this week. On a serious, sorry about that. On a serious note, Mr. Macron. President Macron, unfortunately, come unstuck this week. He decided that he was going to play hardball with the English fishing fleet and arrested them and took them into port. Mm-hmm. And then the English reply was, okay, we'll not trade with you. In which case, it is billions in our favour and not in his favour. So the French fishermen have seen straight through that and are not impressed with him again. It's a political ploy by his thing. It's come unstuck. So, tough one, Mr. Macron. Your own people don't like you. We don't like you. You're playing sillies. Don't do it. It's a big world. All of those men are fishermen, whether they're French or English. Get somebody who's a fisherman to sort it out. Then they'll all get on. They know the business better than you.
Yeah, right.
I'm having a right whinge.
It's not even grumble of the week. It's supposed to be fun news, right? Mine, in Maine, in the United States of America.
Maine?
Yeah, a 19th century tombstone was found at the side of the road randomly. So a random passerby just came across the tombstone, and he said he does this walk at least once a week, and that tombstone has never been there before. And then it was just randomly at the side of the road.
Oh, right.
And police are stumped. They put things out on Facebook, on all the social media, asking for help, asking for where this has come from. Family, I mean, it's a 19th century one, so obviously descendants of the family have got in touch and things, but nobody has a clue how it got there or even why. Because people have said, initially the response was, oh, that's disgusting, that's disrespect. But the police have said there's actually no reason for people to try and steal it because it holds no value. No, there isn't.
It's strange. Over here, I can tell you that when you deconsecrate a graveyard, they remove the stones, the headstones, and they transport them away, but they don't dig up the coffins and everything. They leave them where they are. So that's a bit strange, that one. I mean, my friend, he'd bought a house that he didn't know, but it had deconsecrated land at the back of it, and as he was digging a swimming pool, he ended up with bags full of, shouldn't laugh, but he ended up with bags full of bones in his garage. He looked, he couldn't do much about it because he was talking about digger, but he actually put them back in the ground again.
Right.
So, but yeah, very interesting. But
yeah,
why would you? Well,
that's my third one. So, did you have any more, or are we moving on to sport?
What have I got? Oh, interesting one. Wally's up in, where would you spot him last time?
Wally the Walrus. He was up near
Walrus.
Iceland and Greenland, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's up Iceland, Greenland, and now there's a lady looking for Wally. She's actually decided to mount a nuclear submarine. Well, she's laid out on the back of a nuclear submarine. She fell in love with him. So I think we're going to have to try to work out whether those two are ever going to meet up, because that could be a good match, that.
Could be.
So, unfortunately, not a good match if you've got a little boat.
Yeah, or even a big boat. You might have trouble, right? So, sport then.
Right.
There's been a few things, and I've picked out a couple. So, first one I'm going to start with, have you heard about the Norway volleyball team? Back in July, they were given a fine because they refused to wear bikinis, and instead they wore sort of shorts instead. Right, yeah.
So yeah, because they were on about this. Obviously, I saw the picture, didn't understand what it was about, and it was saying that, these ladies having to wear these rather skimpy outfits.
Yeah.
And they went Norway.
He couldn't help himself. So anyway, they had these. They were still tight sort of shorts that kind of look like underwear still.
Yeah.
But because they weren't bikinis, they had a fine. However, this week there's been real backlash over it, and the rules have now changed. And this is the official wording. So players must wear short, tight pants with a close fit. That is still. That's still.
No.
Still not right, that is it?
No.
So
sorry. you're not going to pull that one over anybody. We all know what you mean by that.
Was this a bloke who
Yeah,
passed this rule by any
yeah,
chance?
yeah.
Right. Also, have you heard about the Yorkshire cricket scandal this week?
No.
So anyway, there's a player. I'm not going to mention names, but there was a player who played for Yorkshire for a long period of time of Asian descent, and he basically said that a lot of racist things happened while he was a player there, not to him, but to other players. So Yorkshire Cricket Club, in their infinite wisdom, decided to do a review of this and basically say, yeah, he's kind of true, but it was meant as banter, and it was meant as a joke. So we're going to dismiss everything, and he's obviously not happy with this, so the media's got involved as well. But literally, they've hung themselves out to dry now, so pretty much every board member is having to resign, and the English Cricket Board as well, surprisingly, aren't even coming out saying anything. They just are sort of hiding away, but it's a free-for-all. But these players who have admitted to using, well, what we would call racist language, and they say, but I didn't mean it that way. I didn't mean it that way.
But when are you I know it cannot be in any form sort of like said that it's a good thing or anything like that. Fair enough. But times do change. If you're going to say something that happened in the 1960s.
No, this was all recent. This was recent.
I don't know. I'm not going to get into it because on one side, I'll be quite fair with everybody. On one side, you have a lot of people saying that you can't say that and this, and then the other side, you've got people say free speech, free speech. So your own opinions. Yeah. I've always said, if they're your own opinions, you're not hurting anybody. They're your own opinions.
Yeah. One of the comments was from former England cricket captain who
he's entitled to his opinion.
Who told him, amongst other players, there's too many of you lot, and I'm going to do everything I can to get rid of you.
Right, that's probably racist.
Okay, but he's denying it. So anyway, I'll move on to something else though, because we don't want to get too. But
we're not going to go down that road.
This is linked to cricket as well, though, because obviously it's been the T20 World Cup. But Indian cricket fans, some were arrested because they cheered on Pakistan in a match, and they've been arrested. Obviously, I know about the tensions there.
Right,
but they arrested.
No. I've seen this before. Many times, right? And it goes back to the old one. Mm-hmm. If England as a team plays another team, right, and you have teams from other countries, normally they will cheer against England.
Yeah.
For the same reason we were discussing earlier. But so from that side,
with this though, what I believe, which some of the fans said, well, they were cheering on Pakistan because Pakistan won. That means they would draw India, and because of the rivalry, India were that confident of beating them because of that rivalry, and that was the reason why. But there was thousands of arrested apparently. Anyway, we'll move on. Weather, Mick. Okay. Weather.
Cool, blimey! What the news on this one is?
I know.
Right, weather. Okay, the weather. Now I forecast. Did I not? I forecast at the end of November. We haven't got to the end of November yet, but the weather has dropped significantly down into. I don't know if we've hit freezing yet.
Very close.
If we haven't, we are not far off.
Some mornings I've got up, it's 2 degrees on my car. Today's not too bad.
The actual weather people who are not me came out last week and said maybe at the end of November there might be snow.
Oh yeah, you were ahead of me.
Right, so I'm well ahead of you, and I keep telling you all the time, I'm watching the animals in the fields to get my weather report. You're just watching the clouds and everything like that. Doesn't matter. Weather can change in 100 meters even sometimes. I've seen literally a monsoon approach me like a sheet across the field. And I was amazed by it. So, at the moment I'm doing pretty well. I've got one really bad result, but the rest have been fairly constant.
Are we right to think cold, rain?
Cold. The sun's going to be out, but it's still going to be cold as well.
Give it another week or two, and then it's going to be freezing.
I think by the end of next week, we could be going down below zero.
Right. We need to move on because of time.
Okay, yeah.
Films this week. I'm just going to read out some of the releases this week. The big one is The Eternals.
Yes.
Which mixed reviews on that one, from what I believe. A Cop movie is out as well, which is they're not hiding what that's about. Finch, which is Tom Hanks.
Yes, looking forward to that one.
So that's supposed to be. I think that's going to be my recommendation. There's one called Love Hard on Netflix, which are probably their seasonal chick flick, if you like. And then Spencer, which is the Princess Diana interviews with Kristen Stewart.
No.
Apparently, she's been very good in that.
No.
Is what it is. So they're the films for the week. My recommendation, well, the one I want to watch out of that is Finch. I think.
Finch is the one. I've only just sort of catching up with Finch.
He's good in it. Tom Hanks.
Advanced notice of what's happening in the Marvels and everything like that. We've got quite a few things coming out at the moment. We've got from DC. We've got Black Adam. That is going to be The Rock. I'm not sure on the date on that one release, but it's not far off now. That looks very interesting. Thor is going to be a lady.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And we've met the lady already, so now you're going to have to track out who it is. But the lady's been already on the Thor films. And also, the Hulk is going to have a lady character as well. A green lady who's going to be 7'6" or something like that. So there's going to be a lady Hulk as well.
Fair enough.
So it's getting there gradually. There's lots of different things. You've got now nobody can complain about all the Marvels and the DCs because there's everybody from every gender and everything in there. So that should be pleased for everybody.
Right, Grumble of the week. We briefly, 10 seconds discussed this earlier, and I think we agree on it. Obviously, we've had the scandal this week of the lobbying and getting paid. The Conservative MP getting paid £500,000 to basically push agendas of companies. But that's not the worst bit. It's the fact that politicians voted to change the rules that are there to protect. 19
minutes before it happened.
Yeah. So they've changed the rules now, which are there to stop these sort of things happening. And if you go back to the expenses scandal, it was altered then, and it was even. And if you go back further, John Major's government, they brought it in then originally. Well, they made the big adaptations because basically all this lobbying and money behind it was money in brown envelopes getting passed around ended his government. Yeah. And so these are things that have been brought in to protect and stop all this, and they basically voted to take it all away. So basically now. Instead of brown envelopes with money in, you're just getting money passed around. Yeah. They don't need any brown envelopes.
They always have done. You're not fooling us at all.
Nope. So that's all they're doing is, you don't need the brown envelopes, just do it.
Yeah. If it was one of us, we'd be going to jail.
Yeah.
So, and unfortunately, I think the latest rating for MPs, you're less than 10 digits in your ratings. So remember this.
Well,
it's a good one for remember. It's the 7th of November. Yeah. You've got votes coming up. All of this, you're going to be out of a job. And I'll tell you what, how things are, people aren't going to employ you. You will lose your job as an MP, and then people will not employ you. Well, they will never trust you ever again. You will be a lying piece of something on the floor.
What I will end with is, I think if they carry on down this route, you'll see in this country what you saw in America with the Capitol riots. I think something like that will happen. Yes. Not saying it definitely will, but it wouldn't shock me now.
No, because people are getting fed up.
Yep.
You're basically showing yourselves as a bunch of thieves.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry to put it coldly, but there's no other way of doing it. When you've got people saying, "Oh, I can't live off £85,000 a year salary."
Oh, yeah.
So I'm not even going to tell you how much I've had a major heart attack, nearly died. I'll tell you what, your loose change is what I live off, and I mean that. So don't even start doing that. I've always worked. You're an insult to the nation.
Right.
I'm going now.
His anger vein has come out. It's like, on that note,
I'm not supposed to get stressed.
Yeah. Thank you for watching. We
to everyone else,
it. Please share and subscribe and like our videos. We'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.
All right. Bye.